It's safe to say that technology has changed the world that we live in today. The average person nowadays gets their first cell phone at age 11. Our world revolves around technology, and we're becoming so obsessed with it that we can't put it down whenever we get into the car, even if it puts other people in danger. I have researched the dangers of texting and driving and used sources to teach you more about it today. The 4 points that I'm going to tell you about are: why is texting and driving dangerous? Why is it such a problem? Why is texting and driving worse than drinking and driving? And what we can do to fix this issue. 1 in 5 drivers admit to surfing the web while driving. Checking Facebook or Twitter or sending a quick text may seem harmless, but it can cause more harm than we could ever imagine. According to the Federal Communications Commission, they found that whenever you're texting and driving, it makes you 23 times more likely to get into a car accident. As if driving isn't hard enough sometimes, imagine it being even 23 times more hard. When you look at a text, you're endangering not only yourself, but the other passengers in your car, along with other people on the road. This was the half-written text of 22-year-old Alexander Height right before he swerved onto incoming traffic in the field. And his last text said, "Sounds good, man. See you soon. I'll," and then nothing else. That was the last thing that he ever said. And this is just one of thousands of examples of how dangerous texting and driving can be and how much it can affect people. Whenever you do this, you're affecting your vision because your eyes are off the road and onto the screen of your cell phone. It affects your control because one, or in some cases, both of your hands are off the wheel. So if something were to happen on the road, you wouldn't be able to react as quickly as if both of your hands were on the wheel. And it also affects your brain because instead of focusing on driving and what's going on, you're focusing on the text that you're reading or the internet page that you're looking at on your phone. Is looking at pictures or texting really worth distracting your vision, control, and brain? Have you ever wondered why cell phones have become so important when we drive? It's because in the last decade, our world has made them so important. Bill Hendricks states in WebMD News that University of Glasgow found that 1/2 of people with an email check it once an hour, and some people can check it up to 30 or 40 times an hour. When you use it for work and social life, it becomes hard to cut yourself off from it whenever you get out of the car or get into the car. And sometimes even for work, your boss expects you to text you back really fast whenever you're in the car and they're not even sympathetic that you're driving. It's an addiction for some people and a problem for most. Driving drunk is something that has been strongly frowned upon forever and is illegal in all 50 states. Though driving drunk is definitely not safe, it's actually been proved to be more safe than texting and driving. The New York Times did an experiment, and the results were really shocking considering how many more people text and drive than drink and drive. The person who was drinking and driving, 4 feet was added onto their brake reaction, and the person who was texting and driving, 70 feet was added onto their brake reaction. They also found that these days per year, 2 times more wrecks are caused by texting and driving than drinking and driving. They also made a valid point that no one drinks 7 days a week and all of the time, but most people these days are on their phone 7 days a week and a lot of the time. Taking your eye off the road to read a text for 5 seconds, going 55 miles per hour, would be like driving the entire length of a football field. Though 5 seconds doesn't seem like a long time, a lot can happen on the road in the whole length of a football field. So my question is, why is drinking and driving illegal everywhere in every state? There's some law against it, but texting and driving, you can't say the same. What can we do to help as many people as possible from texting and driving? You can create a policy with your families and friends that the car is a no cell phone zone, and make simple rules like if you have to make a call, pull over. There's a website called keytosafedriving.net, and they can totally eliminate texting and driving from your life by sensing whenever you step into the car, and they will be able to block your text messages so you won't be able to receive any while you're in the car, and then whenever you get out, you'll be able to receive them again. There are so many ways that you can eliminate cell phone use in your car. It's just a matter of doing it. Try even writing a letter to your state by giving numbers and percentages to help them write a law against it. Technology is a great thing, and it's totally changed our world. Yet we shouldn't be so consumed to the point where we aren't thinking about anyone else but ourselves. How many people have to die for us to realize that texting and driving should be illegal for all ages everywhere? No text or picture is worth someone's life. A car is just like a dangerous weapon, and everyone who's 16 and over has access to these weapons. And I know there's some 16-year-olds who I wouldn't want to be on the road with anyways, let alone them texting, which makes it 23 times more likely for them to crash into me. I hope that the information I've given you will influence you to stop texting and driving, and maybe even come together with your family and friends to stop texting and driving also. And eventually, hopefully, we can all come together and make this illegal in all states.